What's up, good people? Welcome back to a special edition of Undrafted Views, where we will do a reaction to our early playoff predictions of the Western Conference. Let's get into it.
Coming in at number one, I have the Golden State Warriors. Yes, I do. Even without Klay Thompson, I have Steph, Draymond Green, and James Wiseman pulling it on home. Yep.
Okay. My number one is actually the Lakers. I believe the Lakers because, again, of AD and LeBron, and I think they will run it back. And even though they lost crucial pieces to their roster, and I say that in Rondo and Dwight Howard, those two pieces for me really kind of changed their roster makeup. But I believe with AD at his healthiest and LeBron, they should be okay. So I still have them as number one in the West.
You know what, guys? Where is my brown paper bag? The Warriors are barely holding on to the 10th seed right now. I just don't have any words. I don't know what to say.
And you know what? Since the ship is sinking with the Lakers, I just can't believe it. I can't believe it. But I did say that with a healthy AD, I should have added with a healthy LeBron, because who knew he was going to be injured with his bionic body? I didn't foresee it coming. But yeah, no, not number one. Not number one. Nope. And will not be number one.
No. Okay. All right. So for number two, I have the Los Angeles Lakers because they have a lot of pride. And a lot of people are saying that, oh, you know, the bubble, it has an asterisk. So they're going to really try to get a real chip this time. Because I'm one who say that they have an asterisk. So they're going to try to prove to all of us that they can do it, you know, outside of the bubble.
Okay, that's fair. I have Golden State Warriors for number two.
Okay.
And I say them for number two because Steph Curry has not played in like 282 days. So there is still going to be something to their roster that's going to be new for them. Although Steph and Draymond have played for years, without Klay, who is like the missing puzzle piece to their roster, Klay is going to be Klay not being there. And although they've added Kelly Oubre, that's great, but they don't have Klay. So I still think the Golden State Warriors will give teams in the Western Conference a run for their money, but I don't know if I can rate them right now without seeing them play, because I haven't seen Steph play in a while, and I doubt he lost any of his skills, but I rate them right now number two. Well, people, it's a bust for the West, for Golden State. It's a bust. It's a bust. It's done. Kelly Oubre, Andrew Wiggins. You know, we just went to the pool party, but it ain't enough. I just am so sorry. But it ain't gonna work out this season. I'm sorry.
Lakers are barely holding on to the 4th seed, and without AD and LeBron, they'll be lucky to finish like 1 through 6.
They will be lucky to do 1 through 6. Can they hold on at least until LeBron gets back? You think that AD coming back first will be enough for them?
I think so.
Okay.
I do. They need that presence down low. AD is he's just phenomenal. You know, he really should have won the MVP of the finals last year.
Now you own to something. Now you own to something. But since he didn't.
Yeah. I think he'll be enough to hold on until LeBron gets back.
Yeah, but right now, it's not looking too bright for Golden State Warriors or the Los Angeles Lakers.
All right. For number three, I have the Los Angeles Clippers.
Me too. I have the Clippers at number three too. Although I'm betting on their embarrassment to drive them to success, right? So the fact that they fumbled in the bubble for last season, I believe that is enough. And also their new coach, Ty Lue, the fact that he has something to prove. How do you sit next to the head coach and then take the head coach's job? For me, he has to create a culture and in the continuity of that team. If he can fix that and lead them to the 3rd seed in the Western Conference, then I think that'd be great. So for me, I think that's what it is.
Okay. And I'm putting all my hope into Paul George. He just signed this extension and he has a lot to prove. I mean, Paul George has been the butt of all jokes here lately. And he has to earn it. I mean, they just signed him to what, $190 million extension?
226 million over 5 years combined total.
Unbelievable. No, they have to. Paul George said he owes the Clippers a championship, but unfortunately, they're going to be in the 3rd seed in the West.
I don't see it. If Kawhi doesn't show up, they're not making it. So
okay,
even with Paul George. Okay, so 3. I have him at 3. Okay, go.
Okay.
What'd you say about Paul George?
I said I had all my hope in PG, but I don't know what I was thinking.
You was blinded by his declaration that he is playoff P.
Exactly. Now they had playoff P and playoff Rondo. How's that going to work?
Oh, see, hello. I still trust in Kawhi. I think though it's going to be Ty. He's going to have to be very savvy as a coach. Ooh. Very savvy as a coach to even. But funny enough, they're actually 3 right now.
Yeah,
in the Western Conference standings. So we were spot on with that. Our reasoning why they should be number 3, may have changed a bit, but I do believe that the Clippers will end in a 1 through 6 spot on the Western Conference going into the playoffs for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely, especially with Rondo.
Okay.
I'm just saying they needed that floor general. Now they have it, so I expect them to go to the Western Conference Finals.
Oh, they have to. It's Western Conference Finals or bust.
Yes.
That's it.
For number 4, I have the Portland Trail Blazers. My guys, Dame and CJ, Carmelo, the second coming of Carmelo Anthony. We got a healthy Yusef Nurkic, Gary Trent Jr. No, Portland at number 4 for me.
Nurkic was missing last season. Yeah. He did come in, I think, at the end of the bubble. But Nurkic is fair, but I don't have them as number 4. I have the Mavericks as number 4. Something about that Luka and Porzingis combination. Now, Porzingis, he was injured in the bubble. I believe that they could have actually went further had he had not been injured. So I am banking on that lineup again to be something to reckon with. And so I have the Mavs at number 4.
Nurkic has been out a good portion of this season. Just came back. I think he scored 3 points and 5 rebounds in the whole game. Clearly he's on a minutes restriction, and I do not. I still like Dame and CJ though.
CJ put up 35 points in this last game. That backcourt is amazing. No, they're great together. I think Nurkic being back, Nurkic is really a good player. But if he has to be healthy, again, I'll say it again, your best ability is your availability. And until you are out there playing, you are useless to a team. So I think that with him being back, he'll be able to add something to their roster. I know they had Enes Kanter, and that's great. And you keep doing what you do in Enes. But we need Yusef Nurkic back. I just didn't know that they would be as low as they were. Mavs, did y'all leave y'all mojo in the bubble?
They did.
What happened? I'm devastated. The unicorn? Now you're just a horse? Like, what is going on? Where is the unicorn magic? Like, what is going on with the whole team? I know I just can't blame it on Porzingis. That'd be foolish. But what's going on? Luka.
First of all, Luka started the season out of shape. He's in shape now, but they're playing from behind, it feels.
He did come into the league to this season out of shape. He did. And I think you're right. You are spot on and put them behind. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they're currently, if the play-in tournament was to start today, they will be in a play-in tournament? You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, disappointing.
Very disappointing. Very disappointing. I know the front office got to be talking about this.
That's fair. I have the Mavs at number 5 in the West. Yeah, they are exciting to watch.
So number 5, I have the Nuggets. I have the Nuggets because I really, really do like Jamal Murray and Joker. And I think that their combination is going to be great as well. Again, this is just roster makeup. We'll see how it goes, but I have them at number 5.
They got rid of Jeremy Grant, and that's a key piece.
Yeah, but we'll see.
Okay, well, Dallas, hey, I had them at 5, and I'm here to say they will not be 5 moving into the playoffs. No, they will not.
No, they'll be doing good to even make it out of the play-in tournament, if I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest, yes. But I had Denver at number 5, and Denver is at number 5. You're welcome.
Yeah.
My basketball IQ was, it's all right. It can be top notch sometimes. But no, for real, Joker and Jamal Murray. And now they just added Aaron and JaVale. Yes, and yes again. I cannot wait to see them all on the court together. It's going to be amazing. So yes, Nuggets, cannot wait.
Wouldn't be surprised if they moved up to, the top 3 in the Western Conference. I wouldn't be surprised.
I can most definitely see them surpassing the Lakers right now, considering that LeBron James and AD are out. I wouldn't even put it past them to go past the Clippers as well. Now, I reckon that they may have some trouble when they get to the Suns and the Jazz. But yeah, totally.
All right. Coming in at number 6, I have, the won't bow down New Orleans Pelicans.
Me too.
Oh, yeah.
I had the Pelicans at number 6 as well. Yes. Yeah.
I mean, Zion with his new physique, Brandon Ingram with his incredible talent and extension, and then Lonzo. This is his year to prove that he belongs. Josh Hart. I mean, they just have a good roster.
They have a very good roster. I trust their coach if he can do it again. Okay, but watch that video. So I think that this year the Pelicans will actually be very good, and Zion gets a chance to play the full season, right? So if you imagine Zion putting up the numbers he put up with his short the small number of games he played in the previous season to now double that, for the upcoming season is going to be amazing. So I believe that, and they also added Steven Adams to kind of help complement Zion, especially in the paint. It's going to be exciting. Now, granted, Adams doesn't shoot, but I don't need him to shoot. I don't need him to do that. I have Brandon Ingram. We have Zion, Lonzo Ball when he is hot. So I just need for Steven Adams to master that pick and roll that he does. And I think that's going to be great for them. Yes.
Okay. The Pelicans aren't even in the play-in tournament if the playoffs started right now. However, I still like their team, and I do believe they'll make it to the play-in tournament. However, they are so inconsistent. It's absolutely ridiculous.
It is so disappointing. When I watch their games, I am on edge, and I don't like feeling that way because I'm really, really rooting for them. They do have a nice squad. Brandon Ingram, mid-range? Ooh, cut it out. Zion Williamson? To see him play it's been phenomenal. I'm like, what else is missing? I don't understand. I think that they have glimpses of success, but they falter in the fourth quarter. What is that? They have the Clippers mentality, and I don't like it. I just don't like it.
Yeah, it's good to see Lonzo. First of all, that he made it through the NBA trade deadline, and we're starting to see what the hype was about. His shot is starting to fall now. I mean, we're starting to see Lonzo Ball, the Lonzo Ball.
Yeah, the one that his dad hyped. I agree. But you know what? And the West is hard. I don't know if you can get to the play-in in the next 20 or so games.
Yeah,
to be honest. So
yeah. They're gonna have to play phenomenal the last couple of games. They cannot afford another losing streak. They can't.
No. Pelicans, come on.
Ooh, okay. Number 7, I have the Denver Nuggets. They have to prove that last year was not a fluke.
That's fair.
They're number 7. So that means that they will be in the play-in tournament again. But we'll have to see. I mean, they knocked off the Clippers. I think they have a big target on their back this year.
Yeah.
And between Jamal and Joker and Gary Harris, I think they're ready.
Okay. All right. Number 7, I have the Portland Trailblazers.
What? Don't disrespect Dame like that.
He's still a part of the playoffs, far be it the play-in, like last season. I don't. Dame is logo Dame. I mean, hey, he 35-foot 3-point shot, and that's fine. For me, they lack the ability to close out playoff games. And so unless something changes when the season begins for them, I have them at number 7, and they're going to have to fight their way into the playoffs again this year.
Well, hey, look what Denver ended up doing. I am so happy to see what they have done, and I can't wait to see them move up in the Western Conference standings.
Yeah, they're going to move up for sure, for sure. Portland, they've made it to the 6th. I think they're 6 right now. Yeah, they're 6 right now. Good for them.
Hey, I know they haven't had much success in the playoffs, but
no, and this is no slight to Dame and CJ, because that backcourt is amazing.
Yeah,
it really is good. It really is good, but it's just not enough. So, which leads me to believe we really should be having discussions about their coach.
Oh, number 8, I have the Phoenix Suns. Devin and DeAndre and Chris Paul and Jay Crowder. They're ready to really make some noise in the West.
I have the Jazz. Yes, Jazz dropped all the way down. Donovan Mitchell, he has something to prove. The way he went out in the bubble, I don't believe he will allow it to happen again. They will have to work for it because, again, with Rudy Gobert and Mike Conley, they're not a bad team, but the Jazz, I have them at number 8. If they make it, great. If they don't, I believe they're far better than the other teams I'm going to mention and those that don't make it. But yeah, I have them at number 8.
They won't. Hey, the Suns messed around and scorched everybody. Look at them.
The Jazz partied their way all the way up to the first seed in the Western Conference. Jazz.
Didn't see that coming.
Oh, totally didn't see that coming. And so much so that they're going to remain there until the end of the season. That's how big that gap is.
Okay. At number 9, I have Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies.
Okay.
You see, last year, Jackson Jr. was out injured, and he was their second leading scorer. He's the second best player. And Ja Morant, exciting to watch. They're definitely going to make it to the play-in. So I have them at number 9.
I was torn. I was torn between the Grizzlies being at number 9 and the Rockets. And I only say the Rockets. Rockets for me are a question mark because as of this recording, we don't know where Harden is going to be. So if Harden stays with the Rockets, I have the Rockets at number 9. Because I still believe that James Harden, along with John Wall and Boogie, can at least make a plan. I do believe that. So I have them at number 9, although I am struggling at that because I do like John Morant and the Grizzlies. Well, I really had high hopes for the Rockets. I really did. But my disclaimer was solid. It was contingent on where James Harden would end up. And James Harden said, Rockets, peace. I will see y'all later. I'm going to go on over here and get on this championship bus with the Nets. So,
oh my God. The Rockets have been a disaster. And Coach Silas didn't deserve that. Well, for me, the Memphis Grizzlies were cheated out of the playoffs last year.
I agree.
This year, they're going to make it this year as well. They will be in the play-in tournament again, but they're going to win both games and make it to a solid, at least an 8th seed in the Western Conference.
You think so? I do agree. They were cheated. They were actually the 8th seed. Yeah.
Yes.
And they brought in the play-in tournament. Don't get me started on why the play-in tournament is even something that we're talking about right now because they want to see Zion. I'm just going, it's just what it was.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So they thought it was a good thing, so they brought it back. That is my story, and I'm going to stick with it. But I think that John Morant and the Grizzlies can really do it. I think they can come out of the play-in tournament for sure.
All right. At number 10, I have the Minnesota Timberwolves at D-Lo, and the number 1 pick in the NBA draft, Timberwolves, number 10 in the West.
Mm-mm. D-Lo, Cat, yes. That number 1 draft pick. Okay, so then hey, again, we'll see. We'll see him playing at this level. I don't have Timberwolves on my list at all. Who I have at number 10 are the Suns. I know. I don't know. They're going to have to the Suns will have to prove it to me that they are ready to be in the playoffs. Based on their history and the fact that they have a experienced point guard in Chris Paul and Jay Crowder, it's just not enough. Although Devin Booker is phenomenal, right? I need Ayton to show up and their other pieces. And so right now I have them at number 10. So I have them making the play-in tournament. And if they perform the way they performed in the bubble, then they'll be in the playoffs. But I do have them at number 10. And go Suns. No. But if you listen to what I said, really, they had to prove it. Guess what they've done, though? They did just that. They proved it. They're number 2 in the West. The Suns are doing amazing. And I did say that Aiden will have to step up, and he's been doing that. So my reasoning why I put them at 10, I think in December of 2020 was valid. However, it is no longer valid today because they are balling out of control.
You ought to be ashamed having them at number 10 in the Western Conference.
No, you're not talking. You didn't even have the Jazz on your list. Please don't have me bring that up.
Okay, so look, I had the Minnesota Timberwolves at number 10, and they are currently the worst team in the entire NBA. I think between them and the Detroit Pistons, I mean, hey, pick and choose. They're both horrible. Anthony Edwards might be the rookie of the year, though. I'm standing by that now that LaMelo is injured.
By default, yes.
Yeah, by default. Yeah, it's true. By default.
By default, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's good because James Wiseman, I don't think he's going to be able to get his footing.
No, he can't. And the Timberwolves are terrible. They went through a coaching change as well. Nah, they're not going to even make the play-in, and they're probably going to finish the season 15th in the West, where they are right now. All right, you guys, so that wraps up our reaction to some of our picks from back in December of 2020. Who knew? So much has changed. Make sure you guys drop down in the comments and let us know what you think about this, and we will see you guys on the next one. But until then,
peace.
Peace, y'all.